Listen carefully, for I am revealing the single most important truth you will ever encounter in this life. The absolute secret that governs the creation of your reality. The world you perceive around you is not the primary reality. It is merely a mirror reflecting a deeper, more fundamental reality that exists entirely within you. You are not a passive participant in life. You are the sole and unchallenged operator of your experience. Your consciousness is the potter. Your imagination is the clay. And the law that governs the shaping of that clay is the law of assumption. You have been taught to seek and strive, to struggle and push, to try and force external conditions to align with your desires. But this is the long path, the hard path, the path of unending labor. The true path, the master path, is one of effortless acceptance and inner conviction. The law of assumption states that any state of being, any condition, any outcome that you accept as true in your imagination will, without fail and by divine necessity, harden itself into visible, tangible fact. There is no exemption to this law. It works perfectly, flawlessly, all the time. It is working right now as you read these words. So the poverty you see, the lack you feel, the illness you experience, these are not random accidents of a cruel fate. They are the perfect manifestations of your previous, deeply held assumptions about yourself and your life. This understanding frees you instantly from the concept of victimhood and places the crown of creator squarely upon your head. You are responsible, not guilty, but responsible for your world, because you are the one assuming its nature. If you assume failure, you experience failure. If you assume inadequacy, you experience inadequacy. But if you dare to assume greatness, abundance, and unconditional love, then the universe is forced to comply. It has no choice. The external world is nothing more than the shadow following the substance. And the substance is your inner state of being, your feeling, your conviction, your assumption. Therefore, the only work you truly have to do is the work of shifting your I am. What are you declaring yourself to be in the silence of your own mind? Are you the one who lacks? Or are you the one who overflows? Are you the one who struggles? Or are you the one who effortlessly attracts? The feeling of the wish fulfilled is the spiritual dynamite that blasts open the door to your new reality. The feeling is the secret, because feeling is the language of the subconscious mind, which is the infinite creative power. The intellect may argue, the senses may deny, but the feeling of reality is the ultimate, irresistible command. We must now speak of the technique, the gateway, the most profound method for impressing this new assumption upon the creative depths of your being. This technique requires the suspension of your normal waking consciousness. It is the state akin to sleep or satiety. You must enter this blessed state every single night as you prepare to cross the threshold into slumber. The moment just before sleep is the perfect moment of spiritual receptivity. where the conscious gatekeeper relaxes its vigilance, and your subconscious mind is open to suggestion. In this profound stillness, you do not merely think about your desire, you experience it. You craft a short, simple scene. A moment that perfectly implies the wish is already a finished fact. Do not use long, complicated scripts. Do not try to tell the whole story. Reduce your desire to its ultimate triumphant. Climax a single vivid sensation, a touch, a sound, a smell that seals the deal. If your desire is financial freedom, the scene is not watching money fly into your account. The scene is the weight of a thank you note from a charity you just gave a massive donation to. The feeling of your partner's hand squeezing yours in silent congratulation. The feeling of absolute relief and certainty that the pressure is gone. You must repeat this simple scene over and over. A blissful short loop in your inner theater until it feels real, until the imaginary sensation is so vivid it overrides the evidence of your physical senses. You are literally falling asleep in the new reality, bedding down as the person who has, the person who is fulfilled, the person who is whole. And when you fall asleep, carrying the feeling of the wish fulfilled, your subconscious mind works tirelessly through the night to build the bridge of incidents, the series of necessary events, people and circumstances that will bring that inner state into objective reality. You do not lift a finger to plan the how. That is the infinite mind's job. You only remain faithful to the what, the assumption of the end. The companion discipline, the necessary daily practice, is the mental diet. This is your constant vigilance, your unyielding commitment to the new man you have assumed to be. The law of assumption is working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Every single thought, every inner conversation, every reaction you have to the external world is a seed being planted for a future harvest. Therefore, you must become a ruthless, uncompromising editor of your inner dialogue. You cannot afford the luxury of a negative thought. It is too costly. It will produce fruit you do not desire. When the old negative thought pattern, the voice of the old man, attempts to rise up in your mind, stop it immediately. Do not argue with it. Do not debate it. Simply deny it its reality and immediately replace it with the opposite feeling of the wish fulfilled. If a thought of lack surfaces, instantly say to yourself, I am overwhelmingly abundant. I lack nothing. If a thought of loneliness appears, instantly replace it with, I am loved. I am cherished. I am surrounded by perfect relationships. This is not about lying to yourself. It is about recognizing that your imagination is the only truth, and that the old negative facts are merely the dusty residue of past false assumptions. You are correcting the script. You are rewriting the code. You are shifting the I am from the position of beggar to the position of king. This requires ferocious self-discipline, but the reward is the complete transformation of your destiny. And this brings us to the crucial point of ignoring the 3D world. The objective reality you perceive right now is the result of assumptions made yesterday, last week, last year. It has no power over the new I am you have claimed. If you look outside for proof of your new assumption before you feel it within, you are doubting the law. You are pulling the roots out of the seed you just planted. The instant you feel the need to check, to worry, or to look for signs, you are back in the consciousness of the old man, the consciousness of lack, the consciousness of effort, the bridge of incidents, the miraculous sequence of events that brings your desire to pass may involve things that seem completely illogical or impossible from your current vantage point. It may require people to act in ways they never have before, or opportunities to materialize out of thin air. Your only job is to remain unwavering in the assumption that the end is already here, that the desire is already done. Walk as if you have it. Speak as if you have it. Feel as if you have it. All day, every day. If the 3D world presents evidence contrary to your assumption, bless it and turn your back on it. Tell yourself, that is the dead past. It has no relevance to my new life. I am already the person who has. This is the profound meaning of faith. Faith is not believing something may happen. It is absolute fidelity to an assumption that your senses deny. Let us apply this power to the grandest desires of your heart. If you seek abundance, you must stop assuming lack. Abundance is not a quantity of money. It is a state of consciousness. You must move from the consciousness of budgeting and scarcity to the consciousness of overflow and infinite resource. Your inner conversation must become one of gratitude. Thank you for the overflowing abundance that is constantly streaming into my life. Every time you see a high price, do not react with, I can't afford that. React with, I can't afford anything I choose. And I choose that. Feel the sense of ease, the profound security of knowing that whatever you spend is immediately replenished tenfold. If you seek perfect health, you must completely abandon the assumption of disease or frailty. Your body is the servant of your mind. Your imagination is the template of its perfection. Stop talking about your symptoms. Stop discussing your pain. Stop giving energy to the old diagnosis. Your imagination is the divine physician, the perfect healer. Your assumption of health is the ultimate prescription. Your inner scene must be one of vibrant, effortless action. Running, jumping, hiking, dancing, feeling the boundless energy coursing through your veins. If you seek unconditional love and a perfect partner, you must stop assuming loneliness, rejection, or flawed relationships. Your assumption must be that you are the person who is completely loved and perfectly adored. In your imagination, live in the feeling of being married or deeply connected, not focusing on a specific person, but focusing on the feeling of a perfect, committed, loving relationship. Remember this vital truth. Your I am is the God principle. Your I am is the creative power. When you say I am, followed by any state, You are commanding the universe to bring that state into objective existence. I am sick is a command. I am poor is a command. I am loved is a command. I am wealthy is a command. The power is in the declaration, not the external evidence. You are constantly creating, so choose your I am wisely. Do not ever confuse this powerful principle with mere positive thinking. Positive thinking is like smiling while crying inside. It changes nothing. The law of assumption demands that you feel it real, that you enter the state of the wish fulfilled in your imagination so completely that you are emotionally and spiritually resident in the new reality. The whole vast world and all that is within it is but yourself pushed out. There are no others, only aspects of yourself pushed out onto the screen of life. Every person you meet, every event you experience is reflecting the state you hold within. So when you judge another, when you criticize, when you find fault, you are simply assuming that aspect for yourself. Your life from this moment forward is determined not by what happens to you, but by your reaction to what happens. Your reaction is your assumption. The moment an unwanted circumstance arises, if you react with panic and fear, you are assuming its reality and giving it power. If you react with a silent, unyielding conviction that I am safe, I am secure, this apparent problem is dissolving into my greater good. You are applying the law and shifting the circumstance immediately. Now take this knowledge and internalize it. Make it the very air you breathe. Do not study it. Do not analyze it. Live it. Be the man or woman who is already wealthy, already healthy, already loved. Walk through your day embodying that person until the physical world catches up to the inner truth. Persist. 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 For persistence is proof of faith, and faith is fidelity to the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Never give up. Never surrender to the 3D world's arguments. Every failure to manifest is merely a temporary lapse in your assumption. It is a sign to immediately return to the inner feeling of, it is done. I congratulate you now. I celebrate your future. I welcome you to the ultimate secret, the law of assumption. Now go and live from the end. For you are the creator, the sole operator, and your assumption is fact. Live magnificently. Live powerfully. Live as the one you are destined to be. The fully realized being who lacks nothing and possesses everything. You are ready. Your journey begins not in action, but in assumption. Now claim your reality. Now feel your fulfillment. Now, and never, ever let go.